But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to paint the edges because they're really yellow. I've had this book since middle school, so it's kind of in rough shape. That's why I decided to start with it, because the cover was already like trashed. So yeah, they say that I'm supposed to sand the edges. So we've got this. This is probably not the best thing to use, but it's what I have. We're gonna sand. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna paint it. So this is the base color for the cover. So I was kind of thinking about like doing, well, I kind of considered doing like the same color and then just having like snowflakes on it, but then I was like, that seems a little underachieving. So I'm kind of wanting to do like a mountain, like a snowy mountainscape, because I'm extra like that. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, is attempting to do some mountains. Mountains, Gandalf, mountains. Right. So I'm thinking something like this. Really rough sketch, have just a couple mountains with some trees at the bottom and then a pretty sky of some sort. I think that's what we're gonna go with. I'm thinking maybe gray first. Really help if I had like a good picture. I like reference pictures. Let me see if I have a book. Screw it, we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. It's my first one ever, so it's fine if it's not perfect. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. Kind of like painting on a feather. You have to kind of paint with the green. If you paint against it, it gets this weird texture. And it's wanting to take a lot of paint. I'm hoping that doesn't mean that it's like seeping between the pages, because I really don't want it to like ripple. This paint is already kind of on the thin side. Didn't feel like I needed to water it down, and what I've read says that you don't really want to water it down because that will make it like warp the pages. Kind of makes me want to sing Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. All over the misty mountains high. It's not the right book though. This was allegedly supposed to be a motion picture. I don't know as if it ever made it that far. According to the first page on this book, it was supposed to be a motion picture. But I don't remember ever seeing a movie announced for this book. So I wonder what happened to it. However, if they did make a movie for it, it must have bombed, because nobody talks about it. The book was awesome though. At least I remember it being awesome. I was like in 4th grade when I read this book. And you know, 4th grade brain was just probably like, yeah, female heroine, 13 years old. Like as an adult, it feels really weird to have a 13-year-old heroine who's like a queen. Yes. You're a glug-head. Oh, yes, you're a glug-head. Yes. Oh my goodness. You don't say. You do say. Oh my. Wow. Alright, that's not too shabby. Kind of digging it. It's gonna get better as time goes on, but it's a good start. Poor little Meowch. Poor little Meowch potato. Macaroni and cheese. Oh my goodness. You are such a baby. There can be miracles you can achieve. No hope is frail. It's hard to kill. Okay, I kind of dig that. That's decent. It's not bad. I do not expect perfection from myself, because this is definitely a first time effort. Alright, so that's like the front edge. Everything's already pretty dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. I think I'm gonna do the bottom next. There we go. Oh my gosh. I did it upside down. I'm a cotton-headed Ninny Muggins. Not really staying on anyway. I'm gonna have to redo this because I did it upside down. Alright, so I done messed up. This is the top and this is the bottom. So I think I'm just gonna do a solid color. And hopefully it doesn't look like terrible. That's pretty. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a pearlescent streaks. Kind of frosty like. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Okay, so I have my edges painted. They're like a pearlescent white. I'm calling it good enough. So I have created these using Canva. And these are going to be the inner pages of the cover. Like most covers will have like a pretty inner page, and that's what these are going to be. So I'm going to cut these out. Yes! Yes! Alright, so got those. I think I attach them to this now? I think that's how that goes. There's always just a little bit of stress. Just a little. Okay, this is gonna be the front. I'm gonna put this off to the side so I don't get it confused. So, do I want to just go along this edge, or do I want to cover the whole thing? So that would be, I think I want to do the whole page. It's stressful, guys. It is stressful. I think I'm gonna do it. I don't really need this page. Put your sweet lips on my lips, and I have this at the ready. We could just kiss like real people do. The most clingy friend of yours. What did you bury? Why do they always make these so difficult? It's like, oh, you want to use your craft project? Guess what? We're gonna make it impossible. For Pete's sakes. Be gone, foul demon. We're just gonna stab. There. If in doubt, choose violence. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea if that's just like an obscene amount, or if that is, I should even put more. I just don't know. See, I'm choosing to do it this way. I think I need more. I'm choosing to do it this way because there's like some damage on this page. So it's hopefully going to help reinforce things a little. Alright, so we gotta line things up. Ooh, because it's ooh, ooh. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay, Alright, there's one side. This side I'm going to do differently because it has text on it. So we're just going to do right here along. Whoa! Whoa! Girl. Hold thine horses. Right here along the edge. Now we're gonna press the heck out of it. Here is my cover paper. So now I've got to figure out how to lay this out. I saw this thing where you can make a headband out of this stuff, so I'm gonna try to do that too. So I have them on my Amazon wish list, but I don't have them in my possession. So we're just gonna do this way. I want to just let this dry before I try to fold in. So I may be at a stopping point here because I'm going to have to press this and make sure that it dries well. So BRB. like that we have some rippling, but hopefully that'll get covered up by the heat press stuff. We've got a little headband at the top. There's some glue there that you can see. There's a little more space at the bottom than there is at the top, but that's okay. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just looking to make a book. Just get the first one under my belt so I can say that I have made a book. That is what my goal is for this project. So now we're gonna press the heck out of it while that dries. Hi everyone, so I just finished my first book rebind and I am very pleased with how it turned out. There's definitely things that I'm going to be doing differently next time. I think it's fine for the first time because this whole project was literally just me learning how to do this. I'm definitely a kinetic learner, so I did not expect it to be perfect. I specifically chose a book that didn't hold a whole lot of sentimental value for me, but I still wanted to keep it in my collection. And this book, if you can remember, was in really, really bad shape. Like, this was the old cover, and you can see that, like, this is literally taped, and it was just in really, really bad shape. This is the back. But, yeah, I got this book when I was in, I believe it's 6th grade. That's the copyright mark on this book is 2006. So I'd been in 6th grade when I got this book. It was a Scholastic Book Fair book. I remember getting it on the Scholastic Book Fair because I liked the cover. I thought it looked cool. So anyway, here she is, the final copy. I think it turned out really, really cool. As I said, there's definitely things I would do differently. Like, I would not do this font. This font had so many, like, crazy tiny lines that kind of got lost in the weeding process. I kind of dig it because it sort of fits with the rest of the vibe, like the frosty look on it. This was a pain in the butt to weed. Like, there was so many tiny little pieces. to pull out of here. But I think it turned out really cool. Here's the back. It says blood, blast, and fire. That's the war cry that she screams when she's going into battle in this book, so I thought it'd be fitting. There's the snow leopard for the giant snow leopards. And then the spine is probably the most jank part of the whole thing. Oh, it goes this way. There's so many pieces missing in the spine, but it's fine, because as I said, I just wanted this to be a hey, I did it kind of thing. And I'm honestly super excited with how it turned out. This is the inner cover page, which I think turned out really, really pretty. As I kind of mentioned earlier, I did this in Canva. I just found these photos in Canva and then kind of put them together and made the like frosty effect and stuff. And this is from the original cover. So I just took her from the original cover and I had to take the words off. So this is like not the same lion as on the original cover, but it's, you know, conveys the same point, I guess. And then the back cover, again, I did this in Canva, just found the images and sort of layered them on there. And then I had them printed off at my local post office place. They had a cardstock, so I just printed it on some cardstock, and I think it looks really, really pretty. This was actually a mistake. I didn't mean to do it in black and white, but I think it's kind of fun to have like a black and white page here. Yeah, here's the book. The edges, I wanted to do something way cooler than this for the edges, but they're not bad. They're kind of like an iridescent white. It's kind of hard to see the iridescence even in person. There is a little bit of a sheen to them, but the edges are going to take some practice. Those were difficult to do well. I tried probably 4 different times to make the edges look the way that I wanted to. I tried doing like a mountain scene and then I did it upside down. So then I had to sand all of that off, and then I tried to do white, and then I had too much paint on there, and so all that just flaked off. So I sanded that down, and then I tried to do white again, and that at this point I had sanded all of my edges like twice, so they were really smooth, and then I just watered down my paint. And I finally got something to stick. It's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needed to be done. And here she is. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Oh, as far as sizing goes, like, this is really like right there on the edge of the pages. It's supposed to stick out further, but I measured weird. So I'm definitely going to have to do that differently next time. Just make sure that the cover sticks off further than the text block. But yeah, I can't say that I'm displeased with how this turned out. I think it turned out really, really cool. I definitely wouldn't feel comfortable like selling this. Like if somebody like commissioned me to do a book rebind, like I would not be selling this. This is not worthy of that. But it's going to have a place of honor on my bookshelf as the very first book that I've ever done a rebind on. So yeah, there she is. The Cry of the Icemark. This is an excellent book if you guys decide to read it. It's a YA book about a 14-year-old queen. Her father dies in war and she gets promoted to the role of queen just like overnight, and she steps right into the role and is amazing at it. And of course her kingdom's still at war with their much larger enemies, and so she has to go around recruiting, and she recruits some very cool mythological creatures, including the probably the stars of the show, in my opinion. The giant sentient snow leopards that she rides into battle, like, by far the coolest scene in the book. But there's actually a series. I've not read the other books in the series. I plan to someday. I think they are about, like, her children, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, Cry of the Icemark by Stuart Hill. There it is. Thanks for watching.